So welcome everybody to my channel Enlighten. This is your host Amarjot Singh, a certified IELTS trainer and 8.5 band achiever. In today's video, we are going to talk about the importance of reference and substitution. So, reference and substitution is basically a concept which is largely overlooked by a lot of students when they try to write their essays, especially in the task 2 of IELTS writing test. Reference and substitution. So what exactly reference and substitution is, and where do we use it? Well, if you want to improve your IELTS score, and if you are targeting for like 7 plus score, then this is a must for you. I'll give you an example. So what happens most of the time that in order to improve their vocabulary, a lot of students think that if we use a high end vocabulary and we don't repeat words and we use different synonyms of the words, then we can improve our score in the lexical resources part, basically for the vocabulary. But it's not the case actually. So for example, let's take an example of the word people. So a lot of students, what they do is that they whenever they want to refer to people in their essay, they always try to look for a different synonym. For example, instead of people, some of them might start using individuals, masses, etc., which is fine. But when they try to search a new synonym every single time, when they want to use this word, they end up using wrong words. For example, folks. So folks is basically informal. You can't use it in the essay writing because essay writing is supposed to be formal only. So basically what happens that when people try to uh, write a new synonym every single time for a single word, they end up using a wrong word which harms their score in IELTS writing. So instead of repeating a word again and again, or instead of using the wrong synonym for it, what I prefer to use is that I prefer to take help from the reference and substitution. So reference is basically that you are substituting, you are replacing the word with another word. You're referring that particular word with the help of another word. For example, the reference and substitution is largely achieved using pronouns, which are which are largely overlooked by a lot of people. For example, instead of people, I will mention people once, and then whenever I want to talk about them, whenever I want to talk about their context, I will just use they, their, or them, etc. So for example, you once talk about people, then in the next sentence you can use the pronoun they, their, or them, uh, which is basically a kind of reference. Okay, so here they is basically referring to people, so that's why it's called a reference. So you can make use of pronouns if you want to like include or incorporate in reference and substitution in your writing. Apart from pronouns, what you can make use of is that you can make use of other referential words. For example, doing so, or such. I'll let you know how to do that. Let's look at the passage that we have. Let's look at the topic that we have today. So I'll take help of this topic. You can see here, this is a topic. In the future, people may no longer be able to pay for things in shops using cash. All payments may have been made by may have to be made by card or using phones. Do you think this will happen one day? This is the first question. And the second question is, do you think some people might not be happy to give up cash? So there are two questions. So they are saying that in the future, every payment will be done cashless. There will be no cash used. So the first question is that do you think that this is gonna happen or not? And the second question is that what do you think that do some of the people would be unhappy to give up the cash? So yeah, we will talk about both of the aspects. So first of all, I'm gonna write the introduction for this. So first of all, we will just rephrase the topic. As you can see here, it is generally argued that all individuals will make cashless payments in the upcoming years, considering the rapidly increasing uses of credit cards and online money transfer applications. So this is the reference. Sorry, this is the rephrasing. Basically, the question only, but in different words. And then we will write the opinion. So there were two questions. So we will answer both the questions. That, in my opinion, this is definitely not going to happen. This what? Basically, this thing, right? This is not going to happen because of numerous reasons which would discourage people from replacing paper money with their other alternatives. Okay, so this is done. Okay, so we have said that this is not going to happen. People still will be using cash. So there will be a lot of reasons that will discourage people to not to use the cashless payment methods and to use cash in order to make any payment. So let's see. So first we will talk about this aspect, that why would people still be using cash? Why cash will still be a viable option in the future? Let's see. So I'll just move this a bit down so that we can have a good view. Yeah, so you can see over here, just a second. Yeah, so here we will start, like, to begin with, there are numerous reasons why cash will still be prioritized by people despite the availability of its modern counterparts, such as modern alternatives such as online payment apps and cards. So there are many reasons why cash will still be a top choice of people, why cash will still be preferred by people. The prominent one is that doing so would deter people from being prone to various financial scams and fraudulent activities. So here I have used a referential phrase, which is basically doing so. So yahan pe, if I explain you, what is happening here is that we have said there are many reasons why still people will be using cash. The first reason is that doing so means what is doing so? Doing so means using cash. So here we are not repeating the same line. I'm not writing that the prominent one is that if people use cash or using cash, or if people make payments with cash, then they would it would help them to not be a prone of prone not to be prone to financial scams and fraudulent activities. I'm not repeating the whole thing again, I'm just writing doing so. So when I write do so or doing so, that means doing what? Doing so means what? Making cashless payments. So here I'm replacing this whole context, right, with just these two words, with just this phrase. So doing so, when I write doing so, it automatically, you know, means to make cashless payments, because these both are connected with each other, and this helps you to connect the dots with each other. For example, if I don't write this part, let's suppose that this part is not there, then you won't be able to understand what this means, right? Doing so, doing so का मतलब क्या है आपको नहीं पता चलेगा. You won't be able to understand what's the meaning of doing so unless and until you have this part here, right? So it means that this part of the body paragraph basically is dependent on this part, and vice versa, this part of the body paragraph is dependent on this part of the body paragraph for its complete meaning. आप इस part का meaning नहीं समझ सकते. You can't understand the meaning of this part without reading this part. So they are both connected to each other, which is basically nothing but coherence and cohesion. It helps you to improve the connectivity between the ideas that you're writing in the essay. Step by step, it helps to connect the ideas, connect the dots, and that's why it helps to improve the score in coherence and cohesion. So let's see. The prominent one is that doing so would deter them from being prone to other, financial scams and fraudulent activities. Them. Now here we have used the pronoun them. Now who are they? Them. Them. Who are them? Them. Who? People who would prioritize cash, right? Them are who? Them are the people who would still prioritize cash in the future. So यहाँ पे here, instead of writing that, the prominent one is that if people will use cash in the future, then people will not get prone to financial scams. I'm not repeating the word again and again. I'm just using the pronoun. And the pronoun is giving me the context that them, who are them? People. So basically, here we are substituting people, or we are referring to people using them. So we are giving a reference to people using the pronoun them. That's that simple it is. So next, let's go next. So the first idea is that it will help people to be safe from financial scams. If people use cash, then in the future they will not face financial scams. How? Elaborating further, while online transactions are much more convenient and faster to make for the users, their dependency or reliance on the internet makes them an extremely vulnerable prey for the cyber criminals. So their dependency, whose dependency? There, who are they? Online transactions. Now here, there means online transactions. We are referring to online transactions using the pronoun they. Their dependence, online transactions dependence or reliance on internet makes them, again them, who? Online transactions, make them an extremely vulnerable prey to the cyber criminals, thus proving their offline counterparts. Their offline counterpart, whose offline counterpart? ऑनलाइन ट्रांजैक्शंस का ऑफलाइन काउंटरपार्ट क्या होगा ऑफलाइन ट्रांजैक्शंस बेसिकली दैट वी फिजिकल ट्रांजैक्शंस ऑफ मनी दैट वी मेक यूजिंग बैंक्स to be much safer and reliable option considering the potential cybersecurity issue. That's all. See how the references and the substitutions, how the pronouns, how the the referential phrases, they are helping us to connect the dots. So it helps to make your writing much tighter and connected to each other. In India, for instance, e-banking scams are one of the leading causes of monetary loss for citizens over the last few years. So this is one of the examples. के जैसे because of the online transactions, a lot of people are becoming prone to fraud and online scams. So this is it. Okay, this little change can make a lot of difference. And if you go to the descriptors, I would like to show you one thing here. So here you can see that, okay, so how basically the references and how the substitutions are helping us, how the pronouns, how the referential words are helping us to make the writing much more cleaner and connected, tighter. So you must make this change in your IELTS writing if you want to score 7 plus in your writing. This has helped me to achieve a score of 8 in writing personally, and I have scored 8 multiple times now. So I'm telling you from my experience that this is gonna be a big change in your writing if you do so. And why this is important, I would like to show you something. So if I search IELTS writing descriptors here, I would like to show you something. So if I search the descriptors uh, from ielts.org, then you can see that in the task two descriptors here, if we go to the coherence and cohesion part, then you can see over here, okay, uh, just one second. Reference and substitution. See here. So if you look at the score of 7 here under the under this part, coherence and cohesion part, then it says that, see, then it says a range of cohesive devices including reference and substitution is used flexibly but with some inaccuracies. So they are saying that you are using reference and substitution up to a great extent, and most of the part is correct, but there are some minor mistakes. But the thing is that, if you don't make use of reference and substitution, then you won't be able to cross this barrier of 7 score. Okay. uh, like for example, I'd like to show you here also. See, you get a lower score in your writing, in the coherence and cohesion part, because of this thing. The writing may be repetitive due to inadequate or inaccurate use of reference and substitution. So basically, you are repeating the same word again and again, and you are not referencing to it, you are not substituting it, you are not using reference and substitution for it. So that's why, because of this reason, I'm telling you that if you want to improve your score in IELTS writing task 2 or task 1, both, you have to make use of references and substitution. Okay. So this is for this lecture. I want to keep it very short and just to the point. I don't want to make this video any longer. Okay. If you want to achieve your score, desired score in your IELTS writing, or in any of the modules, and you feel that you are falling short and you need some real guidance in your IELTS writing or IELTS preparation in general, then you can connect with us. You can connect with us on WhatsApp, you can connect with us on Instagram, you can connect with us on TikTok. If you want to get personal classes, personalized guidance regarding your IELTS preparation, you can WhatsApp at the given number. Okay. And thank you very much for this video. If you like this video, make sure you like it and you subscribe to the channel. We really need your support so that we can bring this kind of content for you. Thank you very much.